Welcome to Passages, the podcast where life gets deep, friendship gets real, and the wisdom of the Bible flows. Usually right after a debate about tacos and Bigfoot. Join Patrick Birch, Drew Kaiser, Jason Pulliam, and Tim Layton as they explore Scripture, share great quotes, and occasionally get sidetracked by snacks and bad preachers.
Welcome, you're listening to Passages. I am John Barandy, part man, part machine, and I have Jason and Patrick with me. We are missing Tim tonight.
And we're not playing the song.
Yeah, the song is becoming our theme song, which we don't want to be as affiliated with the idea of people not showing up. So
Tim, come home.
Andy Griffith a rest.
Yeah, come on home, Tim.
Tonight. Tim is on the mend.
Hey, I hear he's on a round of steroids now, and that means he is.
Oh, he's going to come back in here just jacked.
Probably not,
Let's
but I bet he is.
Steroids.
I bet I wouldn't want to be on a really busy meeting with him on phone or on video this week because I bet Tim the Hulk might come out at some point. Bruce Banner. Are you our version of RoboCop, basically?
Ooh,
Part man, part machine.
Is RoboCop cool?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course he is.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not in law enforcement, but
How about
I'm willing to give it a shot.
let's see here, Robo Preacher? No, that doesn't work. It's just I got the
Robo
same.
Preach.
We'll workshop
Robo
it.
Bro.
Robo Bro.
I don't know.
It might take a few weeks to get it, but
We probably should just drop
work
that one.
on it.
Hey, I want to bring up a topic that Tim introduced us with the biggins on a plane discussion.
Mm-hmm.
It sent me down a rabbit hole of plane etiquette because it was humorous to me. I've got to pull it up. I'm not prepared at all tonight. It's been an
It's
eventful
so different
evening.
from all the other nights.
Oh, there is actually
That just sent
Please put
horror
please put
through
your
my body because I'm just
yeah.
sleepless
Yeah.
nights. All these
Yeah.
feelings
Yeah.
came into my mind.
Well, as much
Listen.
as the three of us have flown, and we've taken some pretty long trips, I just thought, and Tim would have been perfect for this discussion, but unfortunately, he's got the consumption and not able to join us tonight.
the disease.
But this was 15 things that flight attendants would never do on a plane, and you shouldn't either. And I thought this list, as I went through it, I have seen people do almost every one of these things, and it's just some gross things. I'm not going to read the dumb article that comes with it. But number one, and this is an interesting one. It says you should not eat airplane food. It says that where is it? A lot of aircraft food is often oversalted to compensate for basically the bland taste that they're making.
When it has to be preserved.
Doesn't like your sense of taste or smell go down also because of the pressure?
It does. And it was just saying that it's better just to bring your own, like throw in your backpack some trail mix or a sandwich or something like that, unless you're flying back to the United States from South America, because if you're at the gate, they bag check you and they will take your food products, including jelly beans, away from you. I almost went to prison in Peru over my jelly beans one year.
You got to smuggle them.
I think
But-
the airline does enough to keep us from eating the food by making it taste horrible.
Well, and when
They're
you're
trying
flying,
to tell us.
And
or
make it
serving-
expensive.
or serving the meal at 2 a.m. on an international flight when I'm in a drug-induced sleep most of the time.
Well, if you're talking about going to Peru, you
I
don't
mean,
even
melatonin
change,
and
you don't even change time zones. So
No.
it's like a true 2 a.m.
it really is. It's awful. The second thing, and I understand this point, but I'm always hot. It says you should not wear shorts on an airplane. So the reason for that is the seats are disgusting. That the seats
I
are
would
rarely
imagine so.
that the seats are rarely ever sanitized. They're
Well,
not
they're
wiped down a
flotation
lot.
devices. They're not seats.
And
They're floating in bacteria.
it just said that shorts expose your skin to long periods of time sitting against the seat, and there's some gross stuff that can happen. They said opt for breathable full-length layers like joggers. I don't wear joggers. I might wear traveler's pants or khakis, but I'm not going to fly in blue jeans. And I don't think I'll ever fly again in shorts after reading about this and some of the things. I've never thought of it that way. And, you know, I wear
one for big boy pants.
Well, and I wear shorty shorts. So, I mean, there's a lot of leg exposed on those seats.
Like a 3-inch inseam in there.
Yeah. It also says that in case the plane goes down and you have to evacuate, no one wants to slide on the emergency chute in shorts. We'll come to that. There's another,
a bad raspberry.
It also says don't drink the water on the plane or the plane water. Now, if it's bottled,
I don't know that I've
never been offered plain water.
I think they mean by going to the bathroom and getting it out of the tap.
Who would do that?
Sick people.
Why wouldn't you
and
ask
if they weren't
for
sick before,
some water and they always get it out of the bottle?
It just says that you should only drink bottled water. The water tanks don't get cleaned as often as they should because of time constraints. That's just gross. There's a lot of microorganisms in onboard water. So if they're offering you water, make sure it's coming from a bottle is the rule. Which, as a general rule, if you're not sure where the water's coming from, don't drink it.
Anywhere.
Don't drink it. I would never go in the airport bathroom and drink out of the tap there.
No.
But I see people do it. I might brush my teeth there. Maybe.
Yeah, but
maybe.
Depends on what country.
You're not ingesting.
No. But stick with bottled water. Number 4, don't use the blankets, pillows on an airplane. And it says mattresses. I've never flown on an airplane that has a mattress. Have y'all?
Nope, not rich enough.
I've never been at the front of the airplane either. So maybe that's where the mattresses are.
Those pillows and blankets are useless. Pillow it's got like one thin layer of stuffing in it.
It's saying on long haul flights, first class mattresses don't get changed or laundered. A clean sheet is just laid over it. That's gross. I'll never fly first class. I could get because of that.
First class mattresses.
Isn't that the way it works in a hotel?
Oh.
And they just change the sheets on a mattress that thousands of people have slept on?
Now I can never stay in a hotel again.
Yeah, let's move
You've
on.
never thought about that? Every time I lie down, I think this comforter hasn't been washed and this mattress.
But it says that the pillows and stuff on the flights just really don't get changed very often.
They're in that cellophane.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that they clean them before.
Or shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
They just take a dirty blanket and shrink wrap it?
And fold it back up.
Okay.
Number 5, don't go barefoot on a plane.
I think you shouldn't go barefoot
anywhere.
Pretty much anywhere.
I don't walk through my house barefoot. I'm surely not going to walk.
I walk through my house, but I wouldn't go anywhere else barefoot.
These feet don't touch the floor very often. In the shower, from the shower to where my slip-in shoes are.
Yeah, but the beige flag is moving
very quick.
Moving so fast that
there's not a lot of bacteria going to grow on that.
No time.
But have you not been on a plane and seen people with their bare feet up on the seat? It just makes me mad. I don't lean against the windows and the walls because you never know whose feet have been up against it. And that just grosses me out.
Said this was a list of etiquette, but so far it's all sanitary information.
Well, these are things you shouldn't be doing on a plane that they said that you shouldn't do. Ignore the safety briefing. Now, that's the first one I have a problem with.
When you're on multiple flights, you've heard it over and over again.
And look, let's be honest. If the plane goes down, the safety briefing is not going to do you any benefit. It is rare.
It depends on whether you listen to it or not.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to be ripping that seat out and floating on a...
If you go from 35,000 feet...
infested seat.
If you go from 35,000 feet to the ground, the last thing that goes through your mind is the person behind you, not the safety training.
Okay, so there's been a few in recent... I think you talked about this... did you talk about some plane disasters last week? Or am I mixing up my episodes here?
Well, you talked about the invention of
I talked about the inflatable airbags.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos when they have to evacuate an airplane? of people getting off the airplane.
It's pretty chaotic.
And I mean, what should you not do? I don't know. Don't bring your roller bag on the slide.
Oh no, but my backpack's coming with me.
Yeah, but you're part of the problem,
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, I'm like Dora the Explorer. My backpack goes with me everywhere I go. Backpack.
I think I would rather leave it and get it later.
But the first thing I do when I see him stand up to show me how to buckle and unbuckle the seat is I turn noise canceling on my headphones. And then
they don't
break eye
demonstrate
contact.
as much these days. They play a
The
video, for you.
Yeah.
They try to make the video
Now,
cute.
this is good advice. Don't sit in the last row. And it says some people want the back row. No way. That's the bumpiest ride on the plane, and you're by the lavatory.
Yep.
So if somebody blows it up, you're dealing with that odor the whole
I do
flight.
also believe that so on an airplane, the air is refreshed something like every 3 to 5 minutes. It's all new air.
Mhm.
They don't recycle the air. They pump new air in. I believe it goes front to back. So you're getting
Old air.
the oldest air in the
Yeah.
airplane if you're in the back.
Yeah, I don't want old air or the smell of poo as I'm
Yes.
trying to fly.
or people standing over you,
Yeah, waiting for
While
the
they're
bathroom.
waiting.
And they say that's the worst place for turbulence too, is the back of the plane.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I've always heard fly over the wings. That's the least bumpy ride.
Yep.
And that's what I usually
You're
go
also
for.
over the gas tanks though.
That's okay.
If it's going to explode, I guess you go quick.
I'm going to skip 8 because I don't think it involves us. It's just, avoid certain beverages on the plane. Boring. Don't book the very last flight of the day. I don't ever, unless I have to, don't book the last flight because it says if flights are being bumped back or delayed, that's the first one that'll get cut.
Yeah,
I've never missed a flight because of that. But
the later in the day you go, the more the schedule has been weather or people being dumb or maintenance issues. Get on that first plane as best you can.
Now, I thought this was good advice. With my profession, it says don't wear your contact lenses the entire flight. I would say just pull them off. Don't wear them on the airplane. They dry out so bad on airplanes because there's, like you said, there's a constant turnover of the air. That moving air dehydrates the lenses, and then they stick to the eye, and then you're miserable. Just don't.
I haven't experienced
pull them
that.
off. Well, you're a lucky man. I when I wore contacts before my LASIK, I had to pull them out. And now I don't have to worry about it. But you get a lot of complaints of people. I see a lot of people who've been on a long flight. They come in the next day to see us because their eyes are driving them crazy.
I do wear dailies though.
That is true. That
maybe
probably
helps.
helps. And you're tossing them at the end.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Keep the seat reclined. Don't keep the seat reclined during meal service.
Disagree.
If I
That is my
recline,
personal space that I've
if
bought.
I recline my seat, and one article I read said if you're going to recline your seat, do it early in the flight.
Yeah.
And I'm
assert
good
your
with that.
dominance.
That's right. Well, they just said, yeah, but you
I
know
don't
what?
like when people recline to me. So
But you just recline.
What-
you
what did
recline
Jesus
out.
say?
You recline out.
If
you-
everyone
If you
reclines,
don't like it,
If everyone
why
reclines,
would you do it to somebody
it's
else?
not a problem.
But if everyone reclines, everyone maintains the same amount of space they have.
And if someone in front of me reclines back, and when I sleep on a plane, I like to lean forward.
Yeah.
I can put my head on their seat or on the pillow
Yeah.
that I brought with me on the back of their seat, and sleep that way. But I am fine with reclining seats, but don't surprise me halfway through the flight.
I could go with
That
that.
makes me want to choke you.
Yeah,
like
I-
reach around from behind and choke your life out for doing that.
I could go with that, especially if you got a drink sitting on your tray and they
That's
just and they're just like
Or
pop
I've got
back
my
and it-
tablet
Yeah,
propped up
yeah.
while I'm watching a movie or something, because I always watch my own movies. I don't watch the plane movies.
Look, as soon as the flight attendants sit down after their safety briefing, where and then they're checking to make sure your seat's up, my seat goes back. So
Yeah, as soon as they walk by me and go to get in their jump
Yeah.
seats, seat goes back.
immediate recline.
Yep. Don't put your valuables in the seat pocket. That just seems like common sense.
Because you're going to forget them.
Forget them.
Yeah, or they'll fall to the floor at some point. And I mean, if it's like your phone or something really important to you, if the plane does go down and by just pure luck you survive it, you're not going to have your valuables with you. They're going to be lost.
I was on a flight one time during takeoff. Somebody dropped like a little AirPod case, and halfway through the flight, they're announcing if everybody on the left side of the plane, if you look under your seat, there's a AirPod case or something. I don't know how it got as far back as
I guess
it did.
at takeoff, it just kept sliding, but they have the little seat things.
Well, I was thinking there's a lot of bags under the seat. So how did it get? I mean, it was probably 10 rows behind us.
That is
by the
weird.
time they found it. I wonder how it got that far back.
No, I say keep your backpack right or in between your feet.
Yeah.
You've got that little pocket for your valuables. Put it in there. We're almost done. Stand in the aisle right after landing.
Come on.
It says don't do
No.
that.
Why?
Why do people do that?
Well, hold on. You've been sitting down for 2 hours. I'm okay waiting, but let me stand up and stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're saying that you're a stander.
I'm a stander.
I want to get up and out of the seat. The seat's uncomfortable.
I mean, the plane hasn't even rocked to a stop.
Yeah,
and
but
I've
there's so
unbuckled
many
and ready.
people that are doing it to try to get
up
out
front.
faster.
Yes.
No, and I will
We're all
intentionally
stuck
slow
in
down
here.
to keep them on the plane. I don't now standing and working your way up the aisle.
No.
That's a no.
No.
But I am an intentional aisle seat picker. I want to always sit on the aisle because it gives me a little room. I can't sit still. If I'm moving around, I'm not driving everybody crazy.
But the flight attendants are saying, don't do that.
Yeah, but I'm telling them
Yeah, it's going to happen.
they're not stopping.
You can't
it.
control that.
No, my knees. You know how they can control that? Give me another 4 inches between
Sure.
my knees and the seat where I can stretch
100%.
out a little bit more.
It is
And I
super
might-
uncomfortable.
I might not stand up immediately when
Right.
the flight lands. Number 14, don't eat right off of the tray table. That just seems like common sense.
Yeah.
Like you put a cookie on the tray?
Yeah, that's silly.
that's
Do
gross.
people do that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
You know, maybe if you got kids or something, but when we had younger kids, we'd run to Chick-fil-A and buy some of they have those little plastic sticky
Yep.
things
Yep.
that are meant for the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
We just wrap the tray table in those.
I always fly with Clorox wipes. First thing
Yeah.
I do when I sit on the plane is wipe the armrest and the tray table.
Mhm.
Just my kind of, and the back of the
At
seat.
the
in front of
grocery
me.
store, do you wipe the grocery cart down?
It depends. If it's been sitting out in the sun and I bring it in with me, no, because the UV's killed off anything. If it's in the store, I'll wipe it down.
Okay.
I'm quirky about that. And then assume that your check bag will arrive with you. I'm not going to say anything about that.
What's wrong with that assumption?
Well,
Yeah.
You
Isn't
pay
that
for it. They
literally
check
the
it.
point?
They label it. They're
Well-
the ones that they're supposed to deliver it.
indubitably, if I say it, it's going to happen to me. And it's never mind. I'm not saying a thing.
No.
Okay.
But
I
I've
know
had mine lost.
many people who have had that happen.
What
That's just about keeping a toothbrush in your carry-on and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they won't let you keep a
Some
lot
stuff.
of things.
Yeah.
I put
You know, the
one change of
fluids and
clothes in
stuff.
my carry-on.
Yeah.
That'll get
What-
me a day.
What percentage is 6.3 per 1,000? Is that 0.063% or is that 0.63%?
You're acting like we know
This
math.
is where Tim would have to be here.
Yeah.
I think that's 0.063%.
Because
Mhm.
0.6. Yeah, I think you're right. 0.06.
So what
I don't
is
know.
that?
In 2024, 6.3 bags per 1,000 passengers went astray. That seems like pretty good odds that your bag will arrive with you.
I think that's
That sounds good.
the problem happens is if you have to change planes, if they deboard you
Yeah.
for any reason and move your flight, I think at that point you should probably just it would be 0.63%.
0.63.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if they make you change planes, I think that goes up to about a quarter, 25%. That's the only
can see
time
that.
I've seen
some,
people
some
lose
of the
bags.
airline apps now you can also track where your bag is.
That's
it's
right.
sort of like tracking a package
Yeah.
these days.
I don't know. I just expect that that's going to happen to me at some point. I fly enough that I just know one of these days I'm going to get somewhere and a bag's not going to make it. I just throw an extra pair of clothes. And unless you're going to the middle of the Saharan desert, there's probably a store you can go pick up a few things.
Right.
Yeah, worst case.
I'll add one that I learned on my last flight when I was coming back from Africa. Don't touch the flight attendant.
Oh,
This guy was trying to get the flight attendant's attention. He tapped her on the shoulder. She whipped around. Don't touch me. If you need me, call me. Do not touch me.
this
And
was
he-
while you were in Africa?
I was on the plane. Yeah.
From Africa.
Coming back from Africa.
Huh.
Boy, she did not like, and I got to thinking, I bet they get handled a lot.
One article I read also said that the call attendant button,
Mm-hmm.
that you should only hit that if it's like some type of I'm not going to say an emergency, but an urgency. There's something that needs immediate attention.
I need a ginger ale refill.
It's not a reason to hit it. They said if you need something like that you should get up and walk to the galley and ask them, which to me seems like a lot of work for that button. Don't put the button there.
And to me also seems like a bit of
an
an imposition, because when you hit the button, they can kind of come when they want to or when they can.
Yeah.
And to me, it seems like they think I know where the galley is. And I imagine if I wander around long enough, I'll find it.
Well, you can only go like 2 places on a plane.
Well, sure, but
front.
But if I wind up in the cockpit-
maybe 4 if it's got 2 aisles.
Well, if the cockpit doors now are locked, closed, and there's no opening in them during the flight. And in fact, there was a flight diverted and turned around today because the communication, I think today or yesterday, because the communication between the flight attendants and the pilot broke down.
Yeah.
And the pilots heard somebody knocking at the door and they didn't know what was going on. Went back to the airport. That was in Nebraska.
Did you see what they're doing now? They're adding an extra door in front of in the back of the front galley. So when a pilot needs to go to the bathroom, normally a flight attendant would come and stand and sort of block the bathroom and the flight deck. But now they have a door that they shut and lock. It's got this weird window in it. And the video I saw of it, the flight attendant closes the door and is just standing there staring
out the window.
Staring out the window.
Yeah. Flying is not fun.
No.
It's not my favorite thing.
No.
I mean, I don't mind a flight, but it's so crowded, congested. It's just maybe first class if you have your own mattress. Maybe that's nice, but I'll never fly
when
first
this
class.
podcast goes viral, we'll just have a passages plane.
Sure. Did y'all see that RFK and his wife flew coach?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a big dude too. He hits the gym. I bet whoever was sitting next to him wasn't happy.
Yeah, especially if he was talking.
Well, you know he kept asking for the flight attendant and she couldn't hear him. He's like, "What are you saying?" maybe a little mean.
That's pretty cool that
yeah, it is.
I don't know what the circumstances were. There might have been a change or some reason. Maybe they had
did they
first
have
class
camera footage of it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why publicity.
Well, yeah.
But the cynical me says they said
he wasn't on a private jet.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in his circumstances would be.
If my last name was Kennedy, I would be on a private jet. Never flown on one.
I'm actually prepared tonight with the button, Drew.
Okay. You want to do Yay Sports?
The team, go sports.
I forgot we changed this.
Can you just explain what's going on here?
Hi, thank you. I have no idea.
All right, we're going to do a Yay Sports. Last night, I believe, was the first NBA game, televised NBA game of the season, the regular season. I know this because of my son, who is a big basketball fan. We watched a little bit of the game. And I'd heard this and looked into it a little bit. Have you guys ever heard of the ABA?
The ABA?
That is like
the American Basketball Association.
I have heard of it, yes.
I didn't know there was an ABA, but the ABA merged with the NBA in 1976. And what's interesting is there were 6 teams left in the ABA at that point. 4 of them merged into the NBA and 2 of them just dissipated, vanished. The 4 teams that joined the NBA were the Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, New York Nets, now the Brooklyn Nets, and the San Antonio Spurs. The teams that did not join the NBA are the Kentucky Colonels. Ever heard of the Kentucky Colonels?
Was their mascot a fried chicken?
Yeah.
I wondered. And I wondered,
I have heard of a Kentucky
name their
Colonel.
team after the Colonel?
And they never have chicken at his store.
Or back in the day, early 20th century, were there just a ton of colonels walking around with white suits and goatees? I don't know.
And they all talk like Foghorn Leghorn, too.
The Kentucky Colonels. And the other team that did not join the NBA were the Spirits of St. Louis. They made deals with the NBA because the NBA got some of their assets and they all had to go. It was the kind of thing where the ABA, the four teams that wanted to merge, wouldn't be able to do it unless these two went along with it. So they had to settle.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kentucky Colonels agreed to a $3 million buyout. Okay, 1976 is not bad. But the Spirits of St. Louis, the owners Ozzie and Daniel Silna, negotiated a deal for a share of the future NBA television revenues.
Yeah,
In the 70s,
This is the smart. Yep.
people weren't watching
Yeah,
NBA
they
on
didn't have to
TV.
worry
It
about
wasn't
it
like
being
it
on the
is
game,
today.
Yeah,
But
they were like, we got sucker. We got this guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
NBA was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
going to be so cheap.
They
Yep.
just wanted a share of the television revenues, and it turned out to be one of the most lucrative deals in sports history. The final settlement between these Silna brothers and the NBA was reached in 2014. So for nearly 4 decades, they got 1/7 of the TV revenue from each of the 4 former ABA teams: the Nets, Nuggets, Pacers, and the Spurs. And in the contract, it said they were to receive this revenue in perpetuity. That's where the lawyers made the mistake.
Yep.
So they just sat back, did nothing, and collected from those 4 teams their TV deals. By the early 2000s, the deal was paying the Silnas millions every year. And by the 2014 settlement, the estimates put their total earnings at over $300 million from TV revenue alone. So they did settle in 2014, the brothers. They ended the perpetual TV revenue payments because it was just getting ridiculous. They gave the Silnas a one-time buyout, though, for the settlement, reported to be between $500 million and $600 million. So they collected $300 million over the 4 decades. And when they finally got the deal settled, they got an additional $500 million.
Which probably was a nice lump sum to them, but probably ended up saving the NBA a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because you think about the television of it now compared to just 10 years ago, 2014, 11 years ago. It's so much more popular on TV now, I think.
Well, and you can
feel like it
now
is.
you can watch any NBA game. If you're really into it and you follow a team that's not in your local area, you can watch any team. And all the streaming has changed it once again. Cable changed it. Things they couldn't even see coming in 1976. One of the brothers is still alive. The other one passed away. But they got very rich off of what is known as the best deal in sports history, at least for those brothers. Is the best deal.
That almost ranks up there with like the Bobby Bonilla deal, you know, where he's getting paid every year for however many years because of the buyout that he had back in the day. That's a pretty good one. I like in perpetuity.
Yeah. If I settle, I'm going to put that phrase in my contract.
Yeah.
I don't know what people would have to buy me out of.
If anyone wants to buy me out,
I don't own anything.
I'll settle for a lot less than that.
Yeah. This makes me think of, let's turn this nerdy for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas, when first was trying to get Star Wars off the ground, coincidentally also in 1976, he basically sold Star Wars to whoever the studio was at the time, but kept merchandise rights. So he basically was the only one who could merchandise. And then, you know, later on, I'm sure he made billions from it. But
well, another example is Taylor Swift sold her recordings, but kept the rights to the music, which is now why you have the Taylor version of all the albums.
We should do.
She went back and re-recorded it.
We should do a story on that one day, because that's actually a really interesting, very shrewd business, the way she handled that. Yeah. Because the studio wouldn't sell her rights back. So she just basically neutered them, and they couldn't do anything with the music except put out, albums.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty interesting story.
Yeah. And now they own all these recorded music, but she has such a loyal fan base. Right. They're going to listen to Taylor's version. Yep. And it's pretty amazing how her voice, I mean, if you compare the two, you can't really tell the difference. And then the other deal I thought of was Paul McCartney. When the Beatles catalog came up for bid, he was working with Michael Jackson on that song Say, Say, Say they did together in the 80s. And Michael Jackson was asking him for some investment advice. And McCartney said, well, the best thing that you can invest in is music, songs, buy song catalogs. And the Beatles catalog came up for auction, and Michael Jackson outbid Paul McCartney on his own songs.
And then
double-crossed him.
Resold it to him. The estate, didn't the estate sell it back? I think it was after he died.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just recently McCartney got his songs back that he wrote. But back in the 50s and 60s, I mean, these guys like Chuck Berry and Little Richard and all these guys got taken advantage of
by studios and managers.
Yeah. Elvis Presley. These producers would make tons of money, and the artists wouldn't see much of it.
Yep.
They kept them dependent on them. It was pretty bad, but that's business.
If anyone ever wants to buy out Passages,
we're for sale.
Yeah, we are happy to let you see our revenue numbers.
Yes.
Everything is for sale. The name, my name.
Yeah. $2.55.
That's what I said it was worth, and I already went on the record for that.
Can we all just agree, though, that we would sell Passages for
yes,
I would go with that. I would sign that contract today in perpetuity.
Right now.
Well, guys, there has been a heist. Did you guys hear about the heist in France, in Paris?
I have not, but I'm excited to hear about it because
crazy
you
story.
both actually brought information about this article in, so it's got to be good. Yeah. I'm disappointed I didn't see it.
So
it's really like out of a movie. You wouldn't expect it to be in real life.
Was. Yeah. So at the Louvre, or as
they spell it wrong.
Yeah, at Louvre, at the Louvre Museum.
Louvre.
They just have lines
on
French.
Let's see. We need Tim for his
Louvre. Louvre. It's in the back of your throat.
On this past Sunday, so October the 19th, 2025, thieves disguised as construction workers stole 8 pieces of the French crown jewels valued at 88 million euros. I don't know what that is in dollars.
102.63 million.
$17, I think.
At least.
Yeah.
102.63 million dollars.
Okay.
Good night.
From the Apollo's Gallery at the Louvre in Paris, France. The robbery took less than 8 minutes.
It's incredible.
Of which the thieves only spent 4 in the museum itself. And all of this happened during regular operating hours of the Louvre.
It's 30 minutes after they opened. It was in the morning.
Right.
So they were dressed up like a construction crew.
Yep. They pulled up to here. I'll show you guys a picture. They pulled up to in a truck to the side of the building and used this ladder contraption, which I think is some kind of it looks like something they use to deliver shingles up on top of a roof. They got into this third or fourth story window with an angle grinder. And hang on, I got to pull my notes back over here. And they basically just walked in, and the Louvre employees just sort of ignored them for a while because they looked legit.
They looked
like they belong.
It's if you walk with confidence and purpose, no one will question you.
We always hear you wear a hard hat and carry a clipboard, nobody will question you. So it's very, very similar. So they stole, hang on, I'm looking through here. They used an angle grinder to get through the window. to cut through the glass without triggering any alarms. They threatened some security guards with their power tools. And then they took 9 pieces from 2 glass display cases.
That they just broke the display cases.
Now, I read something else, and I don't have it in my article here. I read somewhere that not too long ago, the Louvre replaced the display cases that, in the movies where you trigger the alarm and the whatever is in there like drops into a safe below the display. If what I read is correct, no fact checking here, they had recently been replaced with just a stand in basically regular glass.
Well, that was
so
dumb.
smart
that was
move.
very dumb.
At least get it to the point where they've got to stand there with a bag of sand and weigh it out and compare it, like in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So they left the museum by descending
and have a boulder somewhere.
Yeah,
right that they're running from. They left the museum by descending from the hoist ladder. There were 2 other guys waiting at the bottom on motor scooters. So I'm thinking like these little.
Are we talking like a moped?
No,
like a European.
I think it's like what you see running around downtown.
Oh, like you mean like a scooter?
I think. I don't know. No, this is
my article says motorbikes.
Motorbike. Okay, this says motor scooter. So maybe it's that. The most.
I thought I'm not a Segway though. Like one of these.
I think it's one of those, but I could be wrong. Could be a moped. I don't know.
That would make it even funnier.
How do you get away on this
if
thing?
they had one of these and it had a horn on it, that would be awesome.
They still haven't caught these guys.
I'm stuck on the scooter. I don't know how you get away.
Let me see if I can find
with $100 million worth of crown jewels
on a scooter.
And you're still not caught. That was Sunday, and this is Wednesday.
Sunday. And how many total men were involved in this heist?
It says 4. 2 went inside,
and 2 were outside.
2 stayed outside on the scooters.
I bet they've already cut that 4 down by 50%.
They say last I checked, and it was current articles. They have not caught anyone. There's still a manhunt going on.
Oh, I'm not saying they caught him. I'm saying I've seen enough of those.
A couple of them are dead now.
I'm seeing enough of those movies.
Well, only 2 people can keep a secret.
Yeah,
the dead one and you.
Yeah, that's right. That they're in the Seine River right now.
Yeah, maybe so.
The thing that's really making the people at the museum sick and the people of France is not so much the money involved, the price, but these are historical. They have a historical value. And what they probably have already done is cut the jewels out, melted down the metals, and separated it all out into its component parts to fence it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And every day that goes by is a greater possibility that has happened and these are forever ruined.
Or what if they show up in the Smithsonian and Trump was behind it? He likes gold. He likes gold.
Did you see the video where a camera guy bumped a mirror? Look that up. I don't mean to interrupt your thing, but it's pretty funny.
I haven't seen it.
He had brought a mirror up from the basement or wherever they keep the antiques to put in the room they're in. Maybe it was the Oval Office, and a camera guy bumped this really
nice
400-year-old mirror, and Trump goes, "Oh, don't do that." The reaction is hilarious. I figured Patrick could probably find it.
President Trump scolds a reporter who accidentally bumps a 400-year-old mirror with a camera.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to break that. Okay,
that's like 80 years of bad luck.
You gotta watch that. Watch that. You're not allowed to break that. That mirror is 400 years old. A camera just hit the mirror. Ay.
That's what they were saying in France when those jewels. Ay.
Exactly.
Can you do that in a French accent?
No.
You have to do it from the back of the throat.
So they stole 8 items: a tiara from the jewelry set of Queen Marie Amélie and Queen Hortense.
Nailed it.
Looking at Drew like he knows.
I don't know French.
A necklace also from the same set. An earring from the same set.
Just one earring or a set of earrings?
An earring, singular.
Did the queen have one ear?
I don't know.
Maybe it was a nose ring.
Could be. An emerald necklace from the set of Empress Marie Louise. A pair of emerald earrings from the same set. So maybe it was only one earring from the other.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a brooch. And what's a diadem?
It's a crown.
Okay. And a corsage bow.
Corsage, like from the homecoming dance.
Yeah. So
isn't that the thing you put on the wrist? Corsage?
This is the corsage bow.
Oh, that's made of diamonds.
Yeah, it's all
that
diamonds.
looks expensive.
It's like 100% diamonds. There's no other component to this.
Yeah, that's in a million pieces now.
For sure.
That is gone. And
I think this is one of those things where, and maybe we talked about this of what you would do if you committed some crime and you wouldn't get caught. What you would do to not get caught.
Oh no, I haven't ever thought of that. Sick, twisted, demented person.
But if they just lay low and don't try for probably several years to do anything with this stuff, they're going to get away with this.
Now, here's the question. Is there a collector that's funded this operation that wants
Maybe
it?
so.
Or is this, like you said, just going to be melted down and pawned off at Gem Spawn?
I think it's going to be melted down.
That seems pretty silly to do, though, because a lot of the value of these things, I think, are in
the historical value.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can't fence that. It's going to.
Yeah.
There's a black market out there for that kind of thing.
But if there's a collector out there willing to have it, and there's some weird people out there that collect things.
Yeah. So,
do you think they called Inspector Clouseau?
I thought the same thing.
Come here, Keto.
They don't stand a chance if Inspector Clouseau shows up.
No.
So just a quick brief history of heists at the Louvre. The first one documented was in 1911 when a former employee stole the Mona Lisa that was later recovered 2 years later. In 1998, another painting was stolen. That has not been found. And then I guess this one. Has there only been three heists?
1911,
3 in 100 years is...
Let me
not bad.
Let me make sure I'm reading.
But the Mona Lisa was gone for 2 years.
But two of them have been within the last 50 years. Our security's getting lax over there.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick said they had a better system and they replaced it with something that I could do at my house.
Yep.
Basically put a glass bowl over it.
You would think that something of that value would have a little more security. Like when they broke the glass, did the alarms go off at least?
I have no idea.
I would have thought the Louvre would have had the best security in the world. I mean, it's the most famous museum in the world.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
And they're not storing like cheap stuff like Cheese Whiz. They're actually keeping some things that have a lot of intrinsic and historic
art
value.
It's crazy.
If you stole the Mona Lisa, where would you put it? Would you put it up over the mantle? That would look good on the wall in here when we get the video.
I'd put it in this studio right here.
I have heard that it's smaller than you think it should be.
Yeah. I have two. Small picture. It is.
I was hoping you.
And what's she smiling at?
Yeah, what is she smiling at? Very suspicious.
Is that really a smile?
I think she's got gas, honestly.
She might.
And is it really that great of a painting?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put that out there.
I agree.
Well, it's like saying Taylor Swift is a great artist.
It's kind of an ugly woman.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Drew.
Well, I'm sure that Mona's husband, Herb or whatever his name was, I'm sure he was attracted to her. But
was her last name Lisa? First name Mona? Mona Lisa?
Mona Lisa.
So Herb Lisa was the husband.
A quick Google suggests that the Mona Lisa is mostly famous because of it being stolen in 1911.
That's why the painting is famous?
That's just a
and
couple.
Not because it was done by Da Vinci?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
It's famous mostly because it was stolen from the Louvre in 1911. Prior to that, it was mostly only known in the art world.
Huh.
Interesting. It's been defaced a few times, like people throwing paint.
They keep it behind glass.
Yeah.
And you can't get, unless you cross the barrier, you can't get close to it these days.
Are we sure it wasn't Nicolas Cage going after some type of treasure?
Treasure
They
map?
haven't caught him yet.
They've
So
got at least 8 movies.
I'm holding out for that possibility.
They've got at least 8 movies about him searching for treasure.
Yeah.
He basically makes the same movie over and over again.
Very true. But he also makes a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, he only made one Face Off.
And one Con Air.
Was he in Face Off?
Yes. One of the worst movies ever.
Didn't
Him
he
and-
like literally trade faces
Him
with
and
somebody?
John Travolta, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So bad.
It's a weird.
What a premise.
It was an awful movie. That was late 90s,
Get
early
this.
2000s.
The title is Face Off.
And we're going to
And
take a
okay,
face.
so what happens? We're gonna take a guy's face off,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then what? That's it.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Movie's
movie.
over.
And scene. Cut to fade to black.
And scene.
Speaking of end scene, quick break and we'll have a bad preacher when we come
I
back.
think it's time. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a few. Here's a little music from the Marshoots for you.
Are we okay? Was I too young to make a change? I get this feeling every day. I couldn't keep myself away. Now we're pacing, probably breaking, getting a breath is something amazing. Look at our faces, always complaining. Yeah, I'm playing steady, really trusting enthusiastic, always steady, barely drastic, simple, static, automatic.
Welcome back, passengers. It is time for another.
Bad preachers. Put your hand on that television.
And you wouldn't go about establishing your own kingdom in the video room.
Can I be hot with y'all, humble, open, and transparent?
Could it be?
I was waiting.
Gotta
I
let
was,
it play out.
I was waiting until the echoes went away.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do, Jason and I are going to do another one of these where Drew has not heard this yet.
A blind reveal.
A blind reveal and review. And I'll give you a little hint up front. Drew, do you remember this guy?
I was taught a long time ago that it costs to sit up here. There's
Oh,
1,000
yeah.
of you. I said, close them doors.
Yeah.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
The guy that
We all
called the
gonna leave together?
fire marshal on.
Yeah. Close the doors. Well, there's been another.
Has he struck again?
I'm a little unsure on if it's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Same name, first name at least. I'm wondering if after Close the Doors, maybe you changed his last name. I don't know. I tried to do a little searching and I can't tell. They look a lot alike. I'm not sure.
Their message is very similar.
Their message is very similar. So I'm going to.
Its own brand.
It is. I'm going to play a little clip of this guy's name is Marvin Winans, I think. Winans. Winans. How would you pronounce that?
Winans.
Winans. I'm really bad with names. I've learned that on this podcast.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play a little clip of the to give you context, and then I'll go back and play the part that we're gonna discuss tonight.
Mhm.
So here is Bishop Marvin Winans.
Because we got in a habit of giving $3, $2 to when we first started. This is the truth. When we first started, I would work in the back counting. And I came out of church one Sunday. I said, "Well, the bank don't have no dollar bills because all the saints got all of them." No, that's what I said. The bank don't have no dollar bills. The saints got them.
The Saints got him. Also,
Okay.
Drew, we got to get you an organ.
You would sound so cool with just some light organ music playing behind you.
You really would. So, as a little bit of setup here, this is the day of giving at this church. It's called, I think it's called Perfecting Church. Well, they're really perfecting it here, but so
some might say a little strong arming.
And I guess what they do is they ask their congregation to come down to the front. They have a podium set up in the center aisle, and you walk up and you hand your offering to Mr. Winans here, or Bishop Winans, and then you read a statement that is on the podium.
So everybody reads the same statement?
I think so. And they insert their name and they insert
it's kind of like a purpose Sunday, except for you're not purposing.
And you're doing it in front of everybody.
You're being fleeced one at a time.
So
it always amazes me that people go to these churches
I think
voluntarily.
This clip should be saved. And when we talk about Purpose Sunday and people make comments,
we just
say,
show them
we
this.
could go to this as our alternative.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so here's the clip.
Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church, of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
So in his
in front of everybody,
Did that not sound like the Peanuts theme playing behind him right there at the end?
Schroeder's back there.
Yeah. So
was that the piano player on Peanuts? Schroeder?
I don't know. It's been a while. I just know that song.
So yeah, he basically was preaching about he said 1,000 plus one,
which to me is 1,001.
Right, and maybe I didn't get to that in some of the context we gave up front. And I'm trying to
I'm
find
confused.
it real quick.
So he was very plain about the amount of money each person was to bring.
1,000 plus
it
one.
It didn't matter their circumstances. As they prospered, that didn't figure in.
1,000 plus one.
Yeah, let's see. Let me see if I can kind of find that here real quick.
Because I recognize that some of us never thought that we would stand up and give with glee and joy as if it was $1 and it'd be $1,000. Now I need somebody to get up and give God praise because he brought you from a mighty...
It's going to take him
Saturday
forever.
Night Live.
Yeah, let me...
It's going to take him forever to get to the point.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to ask those that are here today that are prepared to give their sacrificial seed of giving of $1,000 plus one. If you're here, join me in the center aisle now. Let's give God praise as they come.
So it's a certain group of people that had pledged $1,000 plus one.
Yeah, so they...
what does that mean?
They got a lot of backlash. This guy got a lot of backlash. This went viral. So I did find a follow-up statement from them and Miss McCoy, who was the one you heard talking, reading the prepared statement. They only gave $1,200. They say that Bishop Winans asked people who...
Sounds like a casino.
Yeah. Asked people who were giving 2,000 plus to come down. And they're saying that Roberta McCoy came down and did not follow the instructions of, if you're giving more than 2,000, you come down now.
So it's kind of goes back to boarding on a plane.
Yeah.
She got up zone.
Right.
She was zone 6 and she got up with zone 3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine?
Well, you still don't act like that.
No.
Where's the rest of it?
humiliate her in front of everybody.
There was a little bit of a susurrus in the background behind it. I don't know if y'all noticed that little murmuring.
Yep. So a direct quote from the guy. I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving, and the church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that. So I was calling them by increments. I think I read that right. And when we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody, listen and come when you're called, and that was that.
I don't know that I want to be doing the everyone giving $10 and more come up now, or
let's have our nickel.
Yeah.
Our nickel givers. Come on up.
This same article does say the smallest donation that day was $1.62. $1.62. So,
well, what was the biggest compliment Jesus gave to giving? Was 2 mites.
2 mites. Yep.
Less than $1.62.
She gave more than all of these, right?
Let the reader understand.
Well, you don't see it because he didn't have the video up, but at one point, this poor hound dog walking on a crutch with a cast on his leg came up, and the bishop there picked his foot up. He was going, oh, and he banged the bottom of the cast until one coin fell out.
I can't believe Patrick didn't put that on the video. That's something.
It was awful. It was just like in that animated Robin Hood movie. The old sheriff of Nottingham did that.
It's like art became life.
It was.
It might be possible that you saw the Robin Hood movie and thought you were looking at the bishop.
Maybe
and
I
just got confused.
Maybe I got him crossed
in
up.
that Swiss cheese brain of yours.
Listen here, metalhead.
Machine.
I actually have found a new video of Bishop Winans.
It's my favorite.
Let me give you a hand with that leg. Upsy-daisy. Bingo.
We gotta hit it one more time. There it is.
It's
got it all.
don't it, Otto? But Prince John says that taxes should hurt.
That should say Prince John says tithing should hurt, and that would nail it.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
That's my favorite animated movie, by the way.
It
is one of the best.
Yep, definitely.
It's no surprise that a lot of our bad preachers, the problem is around the giving.
Yeah.
Preachers get a little crazy when it comes to giving.
Well, and I don't know how that church is set up, but so many of the churches are set up under the authority of a single pastor.
That guy seemed like he was in charge.
Who kind of gets his payroll from the giving, as a lot of ministers do. All ministers, not all, I'm not going to say all. Most ministers do. If the guy that is getting his payroll from your giving is strong-arming you into giving, seems like a conflict of interest.
Well, you wonder.
It's like Drew preaching about
checks
giving
and
once
balances
a year.
involved.
That one sermon Drew does about November every year.
And then giving spikes for a Sunday and then goes back down.
Hey, I looked at it tonight. Looking pretty good.
Yeah,
this month.
Numbers are looking good.
We've been doing good this year.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of that.
But it's sacrificial giving. It's giving out of charity and love. It's not giving out of compulsion. I tell you, if one of the elders walked up and said, "You're a little short this week," that's a problem.
Yeah. When I first saw this video, without further context, I mean, I get a little bit the context now, but also I still think it's horrible.
The optics of it are awful.
I think if that were me, I would have just reached back over and taken my envelope back and said, "Well, see ya," and left, because that's not a good environment.
No.
And not a biblical environment.
Public humiliation is not the motive.
The moment
for giving,
they said everyone stand up that gave this much or more, let's get in line.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I would have ran when the organ started.
Unless I don't know.
I would have been there for the giving thing.
Until he got those real little wild notes in there. It's it's kind of melodic behind the message.
It's like a Casio keyboard from Walmart.
What's this thing? The keys, I think, right? Is that what they call this?
Oh, you talking the keyboards that look like a guitar?
Yeah.
I don't know what those are.
I'm doing this like our listeners can see what I'm doing, but
Patrick's playing air keyboard is what he's doing.
I don't know. Look up any 80s synthesizer. Maybe a
keytar. It's called a keytar. That's right.
Oh,
a keytar.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thank you for pulling that clip of Robin Hood. That made my night.
That was the best part of that segment.
Yeah, as soon as we have video and we'll have to put a black box over it because it's copyrighted, but we'll be able to share some of these funnies with
that's
our,
good stuff.
Our loyal listeners and viewers.
Yeah, that made my night hearing that.
All right, well, another quick break, a little bit of Marshoots, and we'll be back with tonight's passage. Welcome back, passengers. It is time for tonight's passage, and tonight's passage comes to us from a Marianne Williamson from her book called Return to Love. And I got this quote from a movie. Actually, I was watching a movie last week while I was stuck in a hotel room. You guys have heard of Coach Carter? It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. It's about basketball. And in the movie, Coach Carter is asking his players, what is your greatest fear, your deepest fear? And every time he asks it 2 or 3 times in the movie, and every time they all look around like, what is this about? And toward the end of the movie, sort of as the story's coming to a close, one of the characters who's been just a pain in Coach Carter's whole coaching career for this season, stands up and recites most of this quote. They edited it a little bit for, I guess, for Hollywood, but we're going to read the actual quote. So here it is. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
So I'd heard of Marianne Williamson, not from her books, but actually she made 2 runs for president.
I didn't know
You guys
that.
remember this?
Mm-mm.
I do not.
In 2020, she ran in the Democrat primary that Joe Biden won. And then in 2024, when the Democrats were strongly discouraging anybody to go against Biden, she and one other guy, I think, ran for president. Well, I guess Robert F. Kennedy ran too. So she ran twice, and I think she gained notoriety through Oprah, if I'm not mistaken. She would have been one of the guests that Oprah would call on to talk about. Oprah, she would get into these spiritual people, not Christians, but spiritual people. I think Marianne Williamson was one of those.
I should read her book, A Course in Weight Loss.
She wrote a book on weight loss?
Yeah, right here, 2010.
So she likes to title her books A Course in...
But this is from the book A Return to Love, right? That's her earliest, I think that's her earliest book, 92.
Yeah, it was written in 1992.
I also wanted to say that before church tonight, I told Jackson, we're doing a quote from Coach Carter. And that's all I said. And then from memory, he started quoting this.
No, that's
he did
this
the first
exact quote.
Yeah, the first paragraph.
Wow.
Just from memory.
Way to go, Jackson.
So
that's pretty cool.
It had some impact on him.
You know, I wish I had a memory I could watch a movie once, maybe twice, and just pick out and remember quotes like that from it.
I do
can't
too.
do it.
I don't have a memory like that.
I just wish I could memorize passages. I still technically should not be out of high school because I never got the preamble of the Constitution down.
Yeah. Well,
squeaked by on that one.
This quote's really cool. And
It's
there's
cool.
a lot to it.
I feel like it could be dangerous, but we'll talk about that.
Let's
talk about what's great about it first.
I like the part where it says, and I'm scrolling down there to it, that as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I think that's one of the most powerful parts of the quote. And now I'm taking a small section out of a long quote. But
I like the unconsciously part where you're naturally, you have good character, therefore you're naturally being good to others and serving others and helping others.
But
and you're not contriving this or trying to manipulate people.
Well, I was also thinking of it as letting your light shine, meaning you're showing your faith, your Christianity out there too. And I don't know that's where she was going with the quote, but as I read that section, that's what stuck in my head. So in community, there is strength. And sometimes it takes one person to be willing to share their faith for other people to be able to be comfortable sharing their faith. And maybe I'm reading that totally wrong, but I like that idea of me shining my light unconsciously with no intent of my own makes others more comfortable, gives them permission to shine their light.
They say positivity is contagious. And I know this isn't talking about positivity, but I think what you're talking about is also contagious.
Yeah.
In the same way. So if you're in a room and you're positive or you're, doing all the things you just said, other people sort of latch onto that and become more positive or more whatever the insert, trait is.
And the converse is true.
Yeah.
Negativity is contagious as well.
But I know I'm taking that section out of context, but that
I don't know that you are.
I like the way that is worded. That's probably my favorite part about that.
Yeah. My favorite part is the we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? And I know she's picked out four adjectives, but I think it's more like, who am I to be, and then insert whatever your self-esteem is telling you, because we have a self-esteem problem generally.
Yeah, I do.
And then she just directly a challenge, like, actually, like, point of order here, who are you not to be?
Yeah.
You're a child of God, which is, made in an image and all that. You are exactly who you're supposed to be. You're good enough. You're beautiful. You're talented. You're fabulous, whatever it is. And like, actually, who are you not to be?
Well, in the section that leads up to that, it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
Mm-hmm.
I think the world today is a lot more supportive of people's darkness than it is their light. And it has forced society in general to downplay their goodness, but elevate their darkness. Like, if you have got, I don't know, I think we're sometimes a lot more comfortable talking about our problems than we are talking about our gifts. And I think society encourages that. I think if you come in and you start talking about your light, your goodness, the world is going to shut you down.
I don't come in here being arrogant and bragging now.
I'm not bragging.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm saying
I am definitely brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous.
You are all of those things. Yeah.
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 Just taking facts, straight facts.
Julie sent me this the other day. Neuroscientists discovered something mind-blowing. Your brain doesn't care if your thoughts are true. It just believes whatever you repeat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we need to think true things, but this is about just how your brain works. If you're constantly doing negative self-talk, you're going to believe it.
So that makes me think of the saying everybody's heard, like fake it till you make it. If you're in a bad mood, just fake that you're in a good mood until you are. And eventually, to this point, you will be.
Yeah.
Act your way into feeling.
Yeah.
But when you look at the truth, it's really great. When you look at what the Bible declares about who you are and how special you are and what God makes of you. This reminded me the very beginning, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It reminded me of an excerpt from C.S. Lewis's essay, The Weight of Glory.
Drew, did you already have this underlined?
Yeah, I underlined it a long time ago.
Because you knew exactly where this was in that book.
It was impressive that he just went and he was like, I got to go get a book. And he got it off the shelf, went and was there immediately.
See, Drew, you are powerful beyond measure.
And
I guess that's my power.
And a bit of a genius in my book.
No. Listen to, this is a really amazing statement. It's a serious thing to live in a society of possible gods and goddesses, lowercase g. To remember that the dullest and most uninteresting person you can talk to may one day be a creature which, if you saw it now, you would be strongly tempted to worship, or else a horror and corruption such as you now meet, if at all, only in a nightmare.
Can you put that into English for us?
Okay, so he's talking about at the end of time, we're resurrected into something different than we are now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's either going to be into someone in a glorified body like Christ's body, or there's a resurrection of condemnation. We don't really have any descriptions about what that looks like, but it's probably pretty nightmarish and terrifying.
Horrific.
What that looks like. And he's saying, remember when you're talking to people and relating to them, be careful how you treat them, because you're looking at a potential. I don't really like the term gods and goddesses. He doesn't mean equal to God, but he means, something
exalted people
on the level of an angel. I think about those scenes in the Bible. They're in the Old Testament and the New Testament where somebody encounters an angel and they bow down and worship the angel. And the angel says, I'm a creature like you. Worship God. Don't worship me. Mm-hmm. But what would you do if you saw an angel? Well, C.S. Lewis is saying in so many words, we're potential, not angels, but resurrected beings.
Mm-hmm.
That is maybe the deepest fear about us, powerful beyond measure. That's a lot of power to rise up from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's the greatest power of all. And it's in all of us.
So as we read this quote, you said there could be some things that are possibly dangerous in it.
Yeah. So what I think you got to be careful about is letting this.
I'm verklempt. Speak amongst yourselves.
Get you some Diet Dr. Pepper.
I'm having trouble tonight too. I don't know.
The topic.
Yeah.
What
sweet
it is.
peas are neither sweet nor peas. Discuss. Sorry.
I can't remember what I was saying.
digress.
I
danger.
think the only danger is the glory. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. We have a degree of glory, but we are here for God's glory. And it's almost the glory within us bothers me a little bit. I mean, there is a way you could take it truthfully, but you could also let it lead to pride.
Yeah. The glory that we
fine line.
reflect from God, the glory that's reflected within us, maybe, is a way to say that. But we all, I mean, if we're Christians, we are the temple of God. God dwells within us. So
Right.
His glory
so
is within us.
You can justify that with Scripture.
But
where is it
see,
headed? It's headed to, it's almost like a self-esteem boost.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gorgeous. You're talented. You're fabulous. Well, maybe I'm not gorgeous, but that doesn't mean I'm not worth something. And I guess what gives me pause, does it sound like she's saying, believe in yourself, and that's the best way you can benefit other people? Because that's a little different from the Christian message of count others more significant than yourself.
I mean, I'm sure, like you were saying, you can read this
right.
that way, right?
I'm not reading this in context.
Sure.
I don't know the whole gist of it.
To me, the overall theme of it is don't diminish your talents. Don't diminish the fact that you are created by God, that you are a gift, that God can work through you, let your light shine before others. That's how I read it. Now, that may just be from my perspective. That's how I take it.
Well, I think that's what she's saying.
But then I read look at some of the titles of her books and things like that, and I'm not sure.
I guess that's why I know she's not Christian. And so I'm a little skeptical.
I think there's really good nuggets to take out of this, but I think there are parts of it that could be definitely taken in.
It's helpful to me though, because I think most of us, you guys already said this, most of us deal with insecurities, inferiority complexes, and we think too lowly of ourselves. Paul said in Romans 12:3, a man should not think more highly of himself than he ought to think. There is a way we ought to think of ourselves, and we don't need to think more highly than that, but we also don't need to think more lowly than that.
Well, we shouldn't ask ourselves, who am I to do this? And I'm just little old
That's
Jason.
That's what Moses did at the
I'm
burning
just
bush,
little
right?
old Jason, I can't do this. And you can do a lot because God gives you the ability to do it. And there are things that, Drew, you are so much more talented at than I am. Patrick, you're more talented. And there's things that, not many, but there may be a couple of things I'm more talented at than y'all. I mean, we all can strengthen each other. But it's really easy to look at our weaknesses and focus on those. And I think she's encouraging you to focus on your strengths. And
I think a major theme that I take away from this is, we could define light, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's basically saying, let your light shine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you think of, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the VBS song. Is that a VBS song?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I went
all over leaves.
Yeah, I went crazy for just a second.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second.
No, you nailed it.
But you can think of light as you're sharing your faith, which is really hard to do. Mm-hmm. You can also think of light as something your dad is really good at, of just talking to people. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to stand in a line somewhere, and I'm not going to talk to anybody.
No.
I'm going to be very quiet. I'm going to shrink into myself, and I'm going to hope nobody sees me.
I'm going to have my earbuds in to make sure no one talks to me.
But your dad will talk to anyone about anything, and do it in a way that his light is shining, and he brings so much joy to other people.
Yep.
And I sort of am seeing it a little bit like that. Like, just be. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, be yourself. You gotta be a little careful with that. But in some ways, don't be embarrassed to, I don't know, just, hey, how you doing?
To let people know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
To
vulnerable.
know your
vulnerable.
To know your talents, to know what you're good at, to know what things you can benefit others, and to use them, not to hide them.
So let's go to your scenario. You're standing in a line. You got people around you. You think of this quote, your deepest fear is that you are powerful beyond measure. Does it help you break out of your shell a little bit? Hearing these words and say, hey, I think that's a really cute outfit you have on today.
That might be a little creepy.
That's my problem is I don't I'm not real good at small talk.
Right.
And
same.
I can do it at church because I've learned it. I learned what to say at church, small talk at church, but I don't know how to start the conversation. I'm perfectly happy talking to somebody if we've got something to talk about. But just, women, that's what they do. They're like, that's a cute purse.
Yeah.
I like your hair.
Well,
we can't say that.
You can't say that to another woman either.
No.
You'll get maced or something.
Yeah. By my wife.
Well, second time by your wife. Yeah.
But I think a lot of times our environment, I have patients that are surprised to know that I'm a pretty introverted person and am terrified of being around people and strangers. And in my environment at the office, when I walk in the room, I can talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
I'm
you know what to
completely
do.
comfortable. And I may have that same conversation 25 times in a day, but I'm comfortable with it. That's my environment. But you put me at the meal before a football game.
Yeah.
With people that I may have known for 20 years, but they're not in my circle of friends and they're not in my office where I'm kind of on stage. Man, I'm a nervous wreck. People are like, hey man, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. Thank you. Leave me alone.
I think you say you're on stage, but one of your talents is you're a good eye doctor and you provide a professional service in a professional setting, and you're just being professional. I'm really
able
acting.
to carry the conversation there, but that is not what I would flock to. If I bump into you out and about, or if I'm sitting on an airplane next to you, my hope is that you don't say a word to me, and I don't, even if I know you, I don't want to talk.
Don't talk to me on an airplane.
I just want to sit there, read my book, and listen to music.
Don't talk to me on an airplane when I'm eating my cookies straight off the tray table.
Or in line at the grocery store when I'm watching the people at self-checkout going, hurry up, get out of the way.
Some of this I'm hearing is introvert, and then some of it is something else. What do y'all think about this? I've always heard that if you're an introvert, crowds sap your energy.
Yeah. Yeah, social battery.
So I think that is on the plane, sitting by a person and you don't want to talk to. The scenario you described, the meal before the football game, where you're in the room with a lot of people and you're nervous and you don't want to talk there, that to me is something different because you have the energy in that moment. You're just not sure what to say.
Yeah.
When to say.
Just
This is me.
uncomfortable.
This is, I sit down next to a complete stranger. What do I say? Hi, this is good food, right?
Hey, I'm a cyborg.
I'm part man, part machine. How are you?
I will actually go sit. If there's no one I'm really close with, a lot of times I'll just go sit kind of by myself.
At football games, I get the food and go sit in our seats.
Yeah.
Because there's too many, it's very loud and there's too many people in there.
Too many people, yep.
But you guys at the football games, you're surrounded by friends.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, people that don't know y'all listen to this podcast think y'all are just sad little lonely people, and you're rich
at the football
with
game,
relationships.
I lean back into the bosom of Tim, who sits right behind me. I can put my arms on his knees and just lean back, and he holds me.
Yeah,
especially when we're losing, because I don't lose.
It's comforting
well.
you.
But no, we're not. I'm not. But it's interesting to me that, like the example you said, like my dad. I mean, my dad can go into a restaurant and he's going to eat at the same restaurant all the time. And eventually he's going to know the people there, their names, their children, what they've done in their past, how many dogs they have.
Very relational.
Yeah. It's just asking questions and feeling confident that you're worth talking to. And
that's right. Being comfortable.
People will respond favorably if you say something.
I think some of that comes to the insecurity of just not being comfortable in your own skin and
what's
being
wrong
afraid
with us?
We're a bunch of weirdos.
People are going to listen to this.
It's why we
don't know how to talk.
It's why we do so good on a podcast, because we're not live. We're with people we know.
We're in a closed room.
I am just truly, I think, terrified of just making a fool of myself, saying the wrong thing. If you listen to any of these episodes, sometimes I don't recall a word and I stumble a little bit, and that's with you guys is fine, but when you're talking to someone that you're trying to project confidence to, you get embarrassed real quick.
But everybody does that.
Some more than others.
Well, I've never noticed you.
I think it just
struggling for a
comes
word.
down to we all have our insecurities. And
Yeah.
sometimes those insecurities keep us from doing what she's talking about here.
You know, okay, so I'm going to pivot a
I
little.
feel like we
I'm
should
always-
get a couch in here for when
Yeah.
we're doing these
Yeah.
deep psychological discussions.
How does that make you feel?
I'm amazed at
Sad.
people who can walk into an organization and change it. And the easiest way to see this is in college football.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Tim's not here, but I'm going to bring up Nick Saban came in to Alabama when Alabama was terrible,
Terrible.
and turned it around. And the whole time he was there, they won like every game. I know they lost one here or there, but they won everything. Then he leaves, they start losing again. And that's just amazing to me that he could go in and make a difference. Now, he's a guy that you don't have to read this quote to him. He already believes this about himself.
Yeah.
He believes that about himself, that he's not afraid of his power.
Right.
So
he's also proved his power, air quote power, over and over and over again. I mean, it's like he leaves successful football programs in his wake.
And he knows what his power is.
Right.
And I think a lot of us are struggling still to try to figure out what is my quote unquote power? What is my light?
Yeah.
And, you know, for the Christian, that should be easy, the gospel. But then there's so many nuances in how that's delivered and proclaimed.
You talk about changing a program. This is one of my favorite things when you talk about Saban versus the new coach.
Is that the
DeBoer.
couch from the what used to sit out there in the foyer?
I think we got a replica of it.
Okay.
But this was Nick Saban's office, and obviously passengers can't see this, but it's homey and warm. It's wood paneling on the wall. He's got a really big, nice painting over a leather couch. He's got a coffee table with all of his rings on it, and like you can sit in here and have a conversation.
That looks like a comfortable couch.
Yeah. And when DeBoer came in, the funniest thing I think I've ever seen on social media, and I'm not a big sports guy, but someone said, "This looks like a Verizon store."
It really does.
Room? It's the same office, but this is his remodel of it. And it looks
That's
like
what he wanted to do.
Apparently, it's very modern. It is it's a lot more stark, a lot less character, and it truly looks like you just walked into like a cell phone.
It really does,
like a cell phone store.
That one looks like the music playing is electronic dance music.
Yeah.
Saban's looks like it's old soul or jazz.
Yeah. So when this is way off topic, but when you said changing a program, and you started talking about Saban, this popped in my head.
I hadn't seen that before. That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and that was just there are all kinds of examples of people that can come in and make a difference. They just know how to do it.
Well, and see, I think you think about making a difference in an organization. I mean, you put me into an office setting and their IT stuff is in the pits. I can probably turn that around. You put me in, I don't know, a church. I'm probably not doing as well, but you're probably doing really well at that.
Mm.
Some of that comes around to what you're talking about with Saban.
Yeah.
He knows what he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
He's very passionate about it, and he has the recipe.
Yeah.
And he will go in there and just sort of assert his dominance, and like, this is just the way it's going to be. And you know what? We're going to win. And he did.
Sadly.
Well,
I've also heard people say that everybody has imposter syndrome. In fact, I think I'm the one who said that when we did the hard truths.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my hard truths. Everybody's, you said it a minute ago, fake until they make it.
Yeah.
But maybe that's another way of putting that is don't be afraid of your power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Now Drew's quoting himself, though.
That's how you know you've come full circle.
We've done too many episodes.
As I've always said.
Well, at least I didn't realize I was quoting myself until halfway through it. Oh, man, I had...
Oh, sorry.
So one time I was working with my editor that helped me with the book that just came out. The Ticket, available on Amazon and Riddle Creek Publishing. And I was a little nervous about where I was going with something. And he said, be wild and free. And he was trying to get me to loosen up and be creative.
Yeah.
And not worry about what people might think about it.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, you get it out there and then you edit and you revise. Well, we were in opening stages and he said, just be wild and free.
Is that kind of, you see painters and they're just throwing paint on a canvas, and then they kind of look at it and they'll start changing this little thing, and they'll change it, and Bob Ross and all, happy little accident and all that stuff. Is that that's kind of the feel I'm getting, is you just put it out there, and then you'll come back later and kind of mold the clay, so to say.
Right. Well, kids aren't afraid of their light. Right. All kids are creative.
Yeah.
And then something happens in our teen years and we become self-aware, self-conscious, and we start hiding
hormones in middle school.
And it's like we can see, we have an image of ourselves now.
Well,
and we're afraid of what people might think.
I think it's the same thing that happened to Adam and Eve. We hit that age of accountability. We start having some dark things in our life.
And we hide.
And we start thinking about ourselves and worrying about what people think. And we start feeling guilt and shame. And we hide.
I wish I could get over that. Worried about what other people think.
Oh, me too. Man, if you can figure that out, I'll start paying you what I pay my counselor now. And then we can maybe all retire. You can fund us.
Yeah.
I think that's something all four of us that are normally in this room. Well, three of us that are normally in this room, and occasionally Tim joins us as a guest host, it seems. But I think that's something all four of us worry way too much about. And this quote talks to that a little bit. It speaks to that some.
We've been all over the place on this quote, and I'm not even sure if I agree with everything that I've said tonight. But
well, we did.
I think it's been a good conversation.
Yeah.
But I do think it's time to wrap it up now. I think we need to
wrap it up.
Put a nail in this coffin. Bury it.
Wait a minute. Let me give the Julie hand signal. Wrap it
up. Oh, we got to tell that story sometime, but not tonight. Not tonight. We'll save that one.
As we wrap it up, I think it is important to note what episode we're on.
90.
It is episode 90.
They said it couldn't be done.
We are a mere 10
from this thing blowing up.
From this thing
statistically
going worldwide.
According to Jason's numbers.
Now, those numbers were from episode 12 or 13. So I probably should go back and
you're going to be like these guys that predict the end of time as we get closer. I might have been a little off.
Hey, they keep selling books.
Yeah.
Well, 100 will turn into maybe 110 will blow up.
That's our number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have some exciting things around the bend, and we're glad to have everybody along the ride with us. There's more to come. Stay with us on Passages.